Can I have a minute of your time? Because I feel like all of us have seen Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and I would like to discuss. So y'all know the movie opened up with our Aunt Cheryl Lemon Pepsi Riley singing a beautiful song, and then Charles gave that fake ass speech. Helen being an airhead, looking at her husband, telling us 18 years, and she knows sometimes it be fake, but she love him, and y'all know, love. The heart wants what it wants, y'all. I'm not gonna do too much on Helen yet, but it's coming, babe. Then he drive her home and tell her to get out of his car. That's when we find out everything that glitters ain't gold. Next day she get up real cute. We didn't even know it was their anniversary, I don't think. And she took him some lunch to work. Everybody in the office surprised to see Helen. Now I was thinking, is this because she almost never come up there? Or is it because they knew the bullshit that was about to happen right behind her back? Sidekick man trying to grab the lunch like, oh, I'll take it to him. She said, no, I could do it. Turn around, what she see? Her husband with a whore. And the whore got a baby on her hip. Not a baby, that was a toddler. She look at him, she look at the, oh my God, I'm mad R. Kelly did the bullshit because right now, I looked at me and she looked at him. And looked at me and then she looked at him. We find out her name is Brenda Marcos. And then Brenda shake her hand goodbye and introduce herself. Y'all, if there was not another moment in this movie that really was disrespectful towards her, I think that was the moment where he was the most disrespectful towards her. You allowed this woman to shake your wife's hand knowing that night you were going to kick her out. See, this one, Helen don't get a pass from me. She walk up on him talking about, is that her? Don't play games with me, Charles. Is that her? Yes, that's her, Helen. Now what you gonna do? Now she go home, Daddy Shamar packing her stuff into the van. She don't know yet that this is Charles kicking her out for Brenda that just shook her hand at the office. She think her husband is buying her a whole new wardrobe. She go upstairs, Christina's hanging up clothes. Helen think it's her clothes. No, it's Brenda's clothes. Helen put on a dress. It's a little too big for her because, Brenda got a little legs and hips and body. Shout out to Candy. Helen drank the whole bottle of wine waiting for her husband to come home for their 18th year anniversary. He finally come home. She's excited to see him. She shuts him up like, I don't even want to argue tonight. I want to enjoy this. I want to feel this. Let's feel good. Who walks in shortly after him as he's trying to tell Helen that he can't do this? Brenda. Mind you, y'all already know, Brenda's the whore that he's sleeping around with. And that kid on her hip, his kid. And this is why we hate this nigga in real life. Sorry, sir. But he talking about, I haven't been happy in years. I haven't touched you in a year. Bitch, so that means walk a bitch in my house and kick me out. And then when I tell you that something that the dress that I thought was mine is too big, this bitch, bobblehead bitch in the back talking about is that the dress that your dress? Is this your dress? He tell her she gotta leave. She says, no, I'm not leaving. Rightfully fucking so. Y'all, he drag her out the house. Mind y'all, Shamar with the fake braids outside waiting. He don't know what he waiting for. He just got paid to wait with a U-Haul full of gas. Charles drags Helen out the house to the point where she's just at the front door, knocking, crying, scratching, sobbing, begging, all this shit, all this embarrassing shit. Shamar with the braids asks her, does she need help? She's going through a tough time, so as expected, she gives him her ass to kiss. She makes up for that later, but yeah. Shamar with the braids right now is not a good fucking time. Take me away from here. I don't have no family. He made my mom go in a home. She ran it down to him like, baby, I don't have nowhere to go. Then he starts talking his shit. I guess he was fed up with her, rightfully so. She kicked him out the U-Haul and said, I'll drive myself. He calls her a crazy lady, which she was acting like a crazy lady, but rightfully so. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. Whose house do she show up at? Medea's. Medea almost shot that bitch for knocking at her door that time of night. She said, don't nobody be out this time of night but crackheads and gangsters, and neither one of them is welcome at my house, knocking on my door. You woke Uncle Joe up. He about to come downstairs and stick his cane in your ass. You better go, girl. But she let Helen in because, Medea a big bully, but she a big softie. But she let Helen come inside. She let Helen go to sleep on the couch. Then she wake up the next day with Uncle Joe's stinky ass over her talking about, Hopper, who this woman? I just assume Uncle Joe was one of them older family members that didn't smell too good. Anyway, Helen wake up. Medea like, what you doing here? You live on the other side of town in a $1 million mansion with them around them white folks. What's going on? Why you in the hood, babe? Helen get to telling Medea about what happened with Charles. And Medea like, hold up, bitch. Let me get my calculator because 18 years. Let's calculate how much he owes you. Helen said, I've been cooking, cleaning, having sex with him when he wanted. It wasn't even good. Then when she told Medea that he hit her, oh, Medea went off. Major deduction. Then Madea say, get up. We're going to go get half of everything in that fucking house because it's rightfully yours after 18 years. Helen scared ass like, no, Madea, no. Madea said, get up or get out. We're going to go stand on business. Madea run right through the damn security gate. Poor little chubby white man, Mayday, Mayday. Yeah, y'all get the cops here fast. They go upstairs to the closet. I guess Helen thought Christina ain't find a private stash she might have had in her closet, girl. She found all that, and all that is on the truck, girl. All of that shit in there belonged to Brenda. Madea look around like, who is Dose and Gabbana? Who that is? Helen like, they're designers. Madea look at the price tag, because it's still on there. You know, they got a little bit of this. And it's a $700 blouse. Madea start cleaning the mirror with it. She said, this shit don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Yeah. Helen remembered that Charles always got a couple dollars in his desk drawer in his office, so that's where she go. Oh, this all happens after they rip up all the clothes. That's when Helen goes downstairs and remembers that Charles be having some money in his desk. Madea said, bitch, I'm gonna stay up here. I need some oxygen. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. That doesn't make sense, but it does to the people that do it. Brenda come home and find, I guess she was playing tennis. That looked like a cute little tennis outfit. I'm gonna give you that, Brenda. You look good. You look like a whore that a nigga will leave his wife for. You do. I'll give that to you. So she see Madea sitting on the floor in her closet and she says, who are you? Madea said, who are you? Brenda said, I'm the owner of this house. And wrong answer. My granddaughter Helen is the owner of this house. And I hope y'all said that with me. While Helen down there trying to steal from Charles. I don't see it as stealing, but it's stealing in the eyes of the law. Charles walk in on her. You caught now, girl. What's up? She tell Charles, like, I just needed a couple dollars. He like, you trying to steal from me? See, this is where he continues to be ain't shit. This is sometimes why wives get so much money in a divorce. Because, nigga, I literally have no life outside of you, which I don't agree with. Make your own life outside of your spouse. But this is what happens. She made her whole life about Charles. And now, look, he could just easily leave you with nothing. Because you signed a prenup. That's why Madea wanted to punch you in the face. But anyway, Madea was about to whoop Brenda ass in the closet and heard Charles yelling at Helen downstairs. So she popped her in the head, ran downstairs and said, please hit her. Please, I want to see you do it. Helen ran over there next to Madea, rightfully so. Brenda came down there talking about, don't hurt him. She said, I'm not going to hurt him. I'm going to kill him. Get it right, little girl. Anyway, Helen started to be deep, throw the money at him, talk about this is what made you evil in the first place, and I don't want none of your money. Madea was like, she said, just leave it. Madea said, I might leave some of it. Money sometimes is the root of all evil. Look at what's happening to Diddy. All that money and power just for you to put somebody to sleep, just to play in their butt, like man or woman. There are willing participants of that. They will do that shit with you wide awake, not under the influence, just because they want to. But there's no satisfaction in doing those type of things when you have that type of money with people that want, because you assume everybody want to do it. So let me do it with a person who don't want to do it. Y'all are sick. Anyway, Madea says, the way I see it, half of everything in this house belong to my granddaughter, so we're about to take what we came to get. Thank you. She go out and they hear a chainsaw turn on. She literally cuts everything in half in that house. And of course, the next scene we see them, they are in jail. Because remember, Mayday, Mayday, the cops were on their way from that point forward. So Madea's nephew, Brian, get them out of jail. They get out, and a couple days later, Madea has a cookout. I always thought it was the welcome home cookout. But Brian introduces Helen to Shamar with the braids. But this is not their first time meeting. Brian said, oh, this is the crazy lady who... I'ma walk away. He say something else slick, and Helen splash his ass in the face with some water. See, you gotta watch your mouth. She's very vulnerable. She is not in the mood, Shamar with the braids. Then we start to see on the other side of town that one of Charles' little buddies who used to do some things for him is coming back and saying, hey, I need you now. Charles acting all uppity like he better than everybody, talking about, don't let this suit fool you. I don't take kindly to threats. And he said, I don't make idle threats. I better get off. So Helen get a job, and it just so happens that the job she got is where Shamar with the braids goes to. So like a true love story in a movie, they start to actually get along, and I'm sorry about what happened, and they start to get to know each other, and they start to like each other. This was just a little test run. Let me know if y'all want a part 2. Because y'all already know the rest of the movie get juicy as hell. Christina's gone.